right.
There's no point in you stopping, love.
I keep telling him to go home and make himself a good breakfast.
Breakfast? You must be joking.
You might just as well have gone home and got some sleep. Flipping contractions. Not had a proper one for ages now.
Is it always like this?
Oh, stop worrying. She's perfectly all right.
Thank God.
There we are. Good girl. Lovely. A few more like that and we'll be getting somewhere. How about you?
I'm just going to have a wash.
I'll go off and have one then. You sit there dreaming all day if I let you, wouldn't you? Did you sleep any better last night?
Yes, thanks.
I don't see how she could have done with me moaning and groaning all night.
You should be used to it after 3 weeks, and the other ward is just the same.
3 weeks?
My blood pressure's a bit high.
Yes, you go and have that wash and freshen yourself up, all right?
I wish she wasn't so flaming cheerful.
Well, it's just an ordinary day for her, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Eh?
About last night. I shouldn't have left you.
Gadding off dancing.
Leaving you to get the ambulance on your own. I should never have gone.
Well, it was my idea. And you didn't know I was going to start, did you? Hey, what time is it?
7:30.
24th of January, 1977.
What about it?
Her birthday, I hope.
His birthday.
Do you want any more toast, Ernest? I said, do you want any more toast?
Oh, sorry, love. No, not for me, thanks.
Well?
Well, what?
The dance last night. You've hardly mentioned it.
Oh, it was a great success, really. There was a lot there.
Did you enjoy it?
Well, yeah, I suppose so. I'd have enjoyed it more if you'd been there.
Whose fault was it that I wasn't there?
Well, it certainly wasn't mine. Are you taking that top back today?
It's not a top. It's a blouse.
Oh, same difference.
And your attitude to it last night was indifferent, so what's the point in keeping it?
I like it!
You hated the whole outfit.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Emily, just because I didn't, what,
You
infuse?
certainly didn't do that.
Love, I'm sorry. But you know me, as far as I'm concerned. As far as women's clothes go, I'm just oblivious.
Oh, that's true. I should have gone to the dance with you. I shouldn't have been so silly and so sensitive. Anyway, I'm pleased you enjoyed it. Knew you must have done when you came home so late.
Thought you were asleep.
I was only pretending.
You want to get yourself some of that pancake stuff, that'll cover it up.
You reckon?
You must think a lot about him. I say you must think a lot about him, that Mike Baldwin.
I heard you the first time.
It's not really my type, though.
My God, he'll be heartbroken.
Something I've never done is that, you know. Made a spectacle of myself in public over a fella.
You don't know what you've missed.
So what are you going to say, then?
When?
Well, when folk ask about your face.
I'll say what I'm saying now.
What's that?
Mind your own flaming business.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Walker.
Bet, my dear, what on earth have you done?
Oh, it's now, Mrs. Walker.
Looks nasty, doesn't it?
Very. Mrs. Ogden, how many times have I told you not to put that on the bar top?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And I'm waiting for you to start in the kitchen.
Yeah, I've nearly done here, Mrs. Walker.
Bet, my dear, what on earth happened?
Yes, well, it was silly, really.
Must be very painful.
I was lifting this suitcase down from top at wardrobe when this stool toppled over
You
like...
hit something as you fell. Dreadful and so easily done. Do you know, dear, they say that the majority of accidents take place in the home.
Do they?
They do indeed, so one must be doubly careful.
It's very true, Mrs. Walker.
Didn't spoil the dance for you.
Oh, no. You wanted the light ales checking in the cellar, didn't you?
Please, love. And be careful of those steps.
Mrs. Walker,
Well,
I've done the floor.
not before time.
Hey, Mrs. Walker,
Yes, Mrs. Ogden.
it wasn't no suitcase, you know.
Beg your pardon?
Scratching each other's eyes as there was in front of everybody and all.
Oh, Ken Barlow had a go at stopping them, but it didn't do no good. They just went mad.
Who did?
Bet Lynch and that one they call Mary Stanton.
Do you mean that Bet was involved in a fight?
Yeah. Over that Mike Baldwin at last night's dance.
It can't be much longer, can it?
You tell me. Is he coming in dinner time, Sally?
Who?
Your husband.
No.
Oh?
It's a long way to come. That's why they're keeping me in, really. When your blood pressure's high, they might want you to come in quickly. So they said I should stay.
To keep an eye on you, like.
Yeah.
Shall I give her a ring?
Oh, she said she'd only be a couple of minutes.
Hey, is there a nurse out there?
I didn't notice.
Ray!
Can you not do your breathing, love?
Everything's organised. Are you all right?
I'm sorry, I can't...
Don't worry, we'll have you out of here very, very soon.
Is this a bad moment,
Not
Sal?
at all. We'll be out of here shortly. We're going to have a nice quiet chat with Sally.
Look, do something, can't you?
You're making more fuss than she is. You're all right, pet, aren't you? Right, this one here.
Mind your backs.
Right?
Right.
Good
Now
girl.
then, love.
You get-
Up you come. Up.
That's it.
That's it. Your husband, is it? There's trouble with this job. There's always too many husbands hanging about. Cramps my style.
That'll be the day. The only place you can be trusted is in geriatric.
On a bet
Come
stuff.
along, off with you. Now, do you want to change your mind?
What?
About staying with her?
What do you reckon, love?
You'll be flat on your back in 5 minutes.
Good luck.
Thanks. Hey, her mother's come. Where's mine? Where is she? Didn't you ring her?
Come on, are we all set then? Now, you go to the waiting room, sit down, and don't worry.
Bye, love.
I've been known to do 60 down here.
She'll be all right.
Of course she will.
Where did they say I had to wait?
In the waiting room.
Yeah.
Now then, let's hear what you've been doing with yourself.
Oh, yeah. Make yourself useful.
They say a lot of men faint.
You're not still going on about Deirdre.
Oh, giving birth must be the most wonderful experience of a woman's life.
You reckon?
Yeah, the arrival of a completely new human being. Oh, I do envy her, Rita. I wonder if I'll ever, you know.
Well, why don't you have a word with your Derek? I mean, given a bit of encouragement, you never know. He might be able to help you.
Rita.
Oh, I better still ask Stan. Stan, you'll help her, won't you?
Hey?
Forget it. You come in for your usual mid-morning snack, 2 bacon butters and a wedge of parking.
I think I'll have 3 bodies because it's nippy outside, see?
Bye, ex-Stan. You must spend your money as soon as you make it.
Sooner.
Morning all. Hang about, Stanley. Have a deco of these. There we are, how's that then? For the connoisseur. Not only that, but you get a choice and all.
Are you selling them?
Giving them away. Well, but.
Where'd you get them?
It's a long story, Stanley. Now, which one of you is going to take advantage of me offer?
How much?
These watches in Manchester, 15 quid.
How much?
£6.50, including VAT. I may as well give them away
They
at
look
that.
all right. I could do with a new watch.
You got any ready, Stanley?
I'll pay at weekend.
Oh, sorry, mate. COD only. On account of inflation, you know.
Suit yourself. You'll be asking 2 quid a weekend, won't you?
Give over. I've got orders from all over Weatherfield.
They are very nice.
And they're not only for fellas, you know.
Really?
Oh, no, the fellas can't get a look in, not since the bird started wearing them.
I was wondering about one for a friend.
She'll love it, darling.
It's a man friend.
Well, they are. He'd be dead chuffed. He'll probably want to know why you didn't get him too while you were at it.
Mavis?
Yeah.
This is Eddie Yates, remember?
Oh, do they have a guarantee?
Do they have a guarantee?
Yeah.
First complaint, it's money back, no questions asked, all right?
Listen, you still haven't told us yet how you got your mucky paws on them.
Oh, Rita, why do you always have to be so negative?
Yeah, it's a fault with her. I've always said that. Well, would you like one then?
I think so.
Gargantuan.
Hey?
Gargantuan, 4 across.
Oh, not a clue.
No, sure. Very good, that. 8 letters, begins with an E. I've got it. E-N-O-R... enormous. The usual bloke's on holiday. I don't like this one. It's a bit too straightforward. Makes you think there's a catch. Puts me off, you know. Up and down all the time.
Sorry. They don't like you smoking in here.
Huh?
No.
Yeah, well, I thought that's why you'd come out here.
Felt like a change of scenery.
You first, is it?
Yeah.
You can't rush these things. 48 hours with our first.
48?
It's like shelling peas now. Number 7. Thought we'd finished, but you never know, do you? Do it myself, do you?
You what?
The crosswords.
Oh, no, not much.
I'll tell you something. I've educated myself doing these. Never mind Open University. One of these a day and you'll be surprised. You want to try it?
The hell are they playing at?
Try to look at it this way. There's millions and millions of women all having babies. So why should you suddenly get worried?
Look, if only if I knew what was going on. Hey, now what's happened? Has something gone wrong? Is she all right? Has she had it?
Give me a chance, will you? Yes, she's had it, and they're both fine. You've got a daughter, Mr. Langton.
I've been thinking, dear. The answer is a pair of stepladders.
Pardon?
The ones with the clip underneath so they can't slip. You know, you fall, your accident.
Oh, yes, step ladders. I'll think about it.
I would.
What'd you do that for?
Haven't you seen the advert?
Well, is it supposed to make the beer stronger?
Oh, I can see why you married her, Stanley. Somebody said it wasn't just for their looks.
He's testing it.
Oh, I see.
Tastes funny, though.
What for?
Hey?
Well, what's the beer supposed to do to it when you test it?
It's what it doesn't do. That's the point, Mrs. O. Listen.
It stopped.
What's about the,
Hey, it's going.
And it's been underwater.
But it's still going.
Right.
Oh. Ah, but that's not water, is it? It's beer.
Oh, Stanley, take her home, put her somewhere safe, will you? Here, Lynchy, feast your eyes on them.
What are you doing with them?
Selling them.
Are they yours to sell?
Would I come into a public place with the landlady here herself?
How much?
£6.50, and it still goes if you dip it in beer.
What would I want to do that for?
Well, to test it, like.
For what?
To see if it goes.
When I dip it in beer?
Yeah.
£6.50?
To me mates, like.
Go on then, give us one, I'll just get my handbag. I'm just buying a watch off Eddie, Mrs. Walker. I know I must be daft, but they look all right.
Let's ask him if he's got a pair of boxing gloves as well.
Boxing gloves? Oh, I see. Who told you?
Does it matter?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about the suitcase, Mrs. Walker, but, well, it doesn't really concern you, does it, my private life?
Perhaps not. Nor its squalid little complications. But what does concern me is when a member of my staff behaves like a soccer hooligan in full view of many of our regular customers.
And you don't mind, honest?
I've told you.
But you had your heart set on a boy.
I don't mind which it is. Hey, have you heard the news?
Yeah, congratulations.
Hey, what's she look like?
You'll see her in a minute.
She is all right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her.
She's perfect. It was ever so funny when they gave her me at first. She got hold of my thumb, and the nail on her little finger looked just like yours.
Oh, why shouldn't it? I am a dad, aren't I?
Well, here you are. You might as well get used to her. Come on, take her. Come on. That's it.
Well?
She looks just like your mum.
Fred. She's smashing, isn't she?
Yeah.
Well, don't I get a look in? believe she's ours.
Hey, should her nose be like that? Sort of squashed?
It's not squashed.
Hey, she ain't half bad though, ain't she?
Don't you think I'm clever?
Yeah, I don't want much. Just enough to wrap up this.
That's not one of Eddie's, is it?
Yeah, why?
Is it going?
Why shouldn't it be going?
Well, one she got isn't.
Tell me more.
It went for about 5 minutes.
Go on, tell her.
Well, there's nothing more to tell. It just stopped.
Surprise, surprise.
Well, there's no need to gloat, Rita.
Who's gloating? I mean, it's Derek I feel sorry for. 1 minute he got a watch, next minute he hadn't.
Is that who it were for?
Yeah.
No need to ask who yours for. Mike Baldwin, is it?
Might be.
Hey, what did he say about you and Marie last night?
Not much.
Oh, come on. 2 birds fighting over him.
No, honest, he didn't. He seemed quite pleased. I suppose he thought it were flattering. But then again, I could be wrong.
Is that why you've got watch, because you're not sure?
It's hardly your business, is it, Rita?
Listen, Blue Eyes, us females must stick together. When it concerns a fella, it concerns all of us, right?
Any road he's gone home for the weekend.
They have it made, haven't they? Mike Baldwin, Eddie Yates, the lot.
No, love, not Eddie Yates. Definitely not Eddie Yates. He sold his last dud watch as our Eddie.
Oh, she's lovely. You must be very thrilled.
Not bad, is she?
Have you seen her, Sally?
Yeah.
Does the bed jacket fit all right, love?
Yeah, it's great, thanks.
Oh, that's good. Well, I must say, you look a bit different to when I saw you last.
I don't really remember, I'm sorry.
You were busy at the time.
So I took the first train I could. Look good, taxi. I mean, it was
There
always...
she is.
Hello, love. Well, don't sound so surprised.
Nearly given you one.
Ah, you silly thing.
What about me?
Who are you?
Only the father.
Hey, is that him?
Her?
Well, I'm off. I only just slipped in with something for Sally. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Dear, Trish is beautiful.
What do you expect coming from me and Ray?
Hey, can I lift her out?
She will let her.
Suppose we'll have to.
You little pet. Hey, what did she weigh?
8 pounds and 4 ounces.
That's a very good weight. Your turn next, is it, love?
Oh, Sally Norton, this is me mum.
Hello, love.
Put her back now, mum. They wanted to get some sleep.
I do know somewhat about babies, you know. Come on. There you are.
Ray said he thought she looked like you.
Did you?
He passed off.
He doesn't change, does he?
Right, well, I'm off now.
Where?
Mum, he has been here all night.
Wonders never cease.
See you.
Will you be back later?
You try and keep me away.
Oh, he's chuffed to death.
And why shouldn't he be?
He's been great, mum, honest.
I'm glad to hear it. And you're all right?
Oh, mum.
Well, you, with a daughter.
What about you, Grandma?
Mrs. Bishop?
I was just having my lunch.
Oh, that's all right, Chuck. You carry on, don't mind me.
Oh, was it something urgent?
Well, tomato sauce, that is if it's not in use, like.
They do sell it at the corner shop, Mrs. Ogden.
Oh, yeah, but I'm waiting till Thursday, you see. They got these special offers at the supermarket on Thursday. 5p off tomato sauce, it says.
So in the meantime...
Well, I'll let you have it back soon as Stan's done with it.
Oh, well, you may as well keep it. There's not much in.
Oh, very generous. Alan is in the canteen, is he?
No.
Oh.
He's taken a sandwich so he can work through his lunch hour.
Oh, it's typical, is that? Do you know, I think it's wonderful the way he's settled down over at that warehouse. He's very popular, you know.
Really?
Oh, yeah, you could see it last night. Well, at the dance. Pity you couldn't come.
I had a rather bad headache.
Yeah, so he said. Oh, but you should have seen the way he put himself out over them girls. You know, making sure they enjoyed themselves, like. Especially one in particular. Yeah, well, I didn't know he was such a good dancer.
He's very conscientious.
Oh, beyond the call of duty, if you ask me. Still, he did leave early, didn't he, to get home to his sick wife? Yeah, well, Stan will be waiting for this, I'll say ta-ra. Thanks very much.
Monkey Gibbon?
Yeah. Well, he's a mate of yours.
So?
And he's won the sweepstake you're running?
12 o'clock he guessed, and he guessed a girl. You can't beat that, can you?
Hey, Eddie, hang on. Want a word with you about them watches.
What about them?
Are you going to give Mavis some money back, or aren't you?
Why?
Because that watch you sold us bust, that's why.
Tough, that.
So they're all going to stop, are they?
Not necessarily, no.
Not unless we drop them.
Yeah, that's what you must have done.
I see. So your conscience is clear, is it? Well, I'm very glad to hear that, Chuck. Because standing behind here, you see a lot going on, and it makes you very suspicious of folk.
Yeah, I suppose it does.
And here's me, putting 2 and 2 together, making 36. And just because this fella happens to come in here this morning asking about a load of watches.
You are?
Weren't in uniform, of course.
You are?
Nice bloke. Very keen on his job, though. Reckon he's going to be promoted to sergeant soon.
Now, look, Bet, honest. Them watches are clean. No fiddling, no hanky-panky, nothing.
He said he'd be calling back later. Eddie, you haven't finished your drink.
Some other time.
I want to feed him myself.
You can try again tomorrow. They never worry the first day.
You seem to know a lot about it.
I've had plenty of time to watch, haven't I?
Oh, I must look like the back end of a bus. Hey, they'll be in a minute. Is yours coming in tonight?
I'm not sure.
Look, love, I know it's none of my business and all that, but I can't help noticing you don't seem to go bundle on kids. Well, I didn't either. But don't worry, it'll be all right. I mean, we're not all alike. You take my mother, for instance. She comes from a long line of non-maternal mothers. If you're given her the choice between having a new sewing machine and having me, I know which one she'd have taken.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Hey, listen, let's meet up once a year, shall we? Same time, same place. What am I saying?
Room for 2 little ones. Sorry we're so late.
A watch stopped.
Yeah, get that slapped across your chest, mate. It'll be all right.
Hey, are you sure you've got enough?
Oh, relax.
They might have given me a bit of warning.
Listen, we don't have a baby every day, do we? Well, do we?
No, love.
Oh, come on, enjoy yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, let's have a divorce, please.
Now, I know that you will all want to join me in thanking our host and his charming, if temporary, hostess for this unexpected celebration. And I'm sure that you also want very much to hear a word from the proud father.
Well, I'm sorry we couldn't give you more prior notice, like.
Well, you give us 9 months, love.
Well, any road, we'll try and do better next time, and, well, when Deirdre comes out, you're all invited to a proper do.
Oh, right. Come on, everybody, to the Langton family, to Deirdre, Ray, and the new little baby daughter.
All's well that ends well, Anna.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anything could happen, couldn't it?
Well, no.
I'm not with you.
Well, you're Deirdre being here on her own. If she hadn't been able to get that ambulance.
On her own?
Oh, didn't they tell you? He were across at the dance. Your Deirdre had to get to hospital by herself last night.